Hey, how's it going? This is Kenneth 14621. I felt like I needed to make a video on the NBA since the playoffs are coming up. Okay, so I wanted to talk for a second about the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, now they're in the spotlight, kind of like the Cowboys are in the spotlight, because they're one of the most winning teams in the NBA of all time. So, they have like more fans than most teams. And really, see, people are still stuck in the Kobe era. They think the Lakers are going to win just because they're LA or something. Like, there's something magical about the Lakers. Like, they could have any players they want, any coaches they want. They're just going to win. And I don't see that. So let's talk the Lakers are so bad, even LeBron couldn't help them. And I knew that was going to happen. I had an argument with a guy before this season started, this NBA season. He said that he didn't think that the Rockets were going to win 50 games and that the Lakers were going to be the second best team in the West and that they were going to be the best team that had a chance of beating Golden State. And of course, they didn't even make the playoffs like I predicted, because the Lakers aren't like the Heat were when LeBron went there, or the Cavs were when LeBron went there. They had players. They got players when he got there. They were way better off than the Lakers. Lakers are in seriously bad shape. And, they have, the organization is bad. The reason why they were winning was Phil Jackson. And since Phil Jackson left, they're not winning anymore. They have Luke Walton now. And I don't think Luke Walton's the guy. For one thing, he's only 39 years old. He only played 9 years in the NBA. NBA coaches are usually guys that had long, illustrious careers, at least 15 years, and were one of the best players in the league for those 15 years, and then coached for 10, 15 years, maybe even 20 years after they got out of the NBA. And then finally they became a head coach. Luke Walton was kind of ushered into the head coaching job without having all the credentials. He's only 39. He only played 9 years in the NBA, and he wasn't one of the best players in the NBA. So let's compare him to, let's say, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr played 14 seasons, and he was one of the best three-point shooters in the league, and one of the best players in the league, too. Steve Kerr is 53 years old, compared to 39 for Luke Walton. Steve Kerr was coaching. He was coaching and working as an announcer and working in the NBA field ever since he quit playing, which was he quit playing in 2003. And he was coaching and announcing up until 2014 when he became head coach of the Warriors. And he was one of the best players. Okay, and let's compare Luke Walton to Mike D'Antoni, the Rockets, which is the second best team in the West, or has been. Okay, Mike D'Antoni is 67 years old. He has paid his dues, son. And Mike D'Antoni played 17 years of basketball when he played. And he was a good player. And also, he's been coaching since 1990. See what I'm saying? These are the types of people that are coaches. So anyways, though, so that's the whole deal with him. But what I really wanted to get into was the Rockets and Warriors, which is really the championship, I think, this year. Maybe not, but in the West it is, at least. Okay, well, so the Warriors, I think, should beat the Rockets, right? But you don't know what's going to happen this year. Like, I thought my team should beat the Warriors last year, and we would have if Chris Paul hadn't got injured, in my opinion. And most experts second that opinion. But the problem with the Warriors this year is they don't get along. the team is not getting along. You know, Boogie Cousins, I think it was Boogie Cousins and Kevin Durant had an issue, and one of them called the other one the B word or whatever. So they've had a lot of dysfunction this year. Kevin Durant got kicked out of his second game. He got a technical in 2 straight games. Steph Curry, he made a 3 to win a game, and he's running down the court pointing at the ref. You did this, you did this. And then after the game, all the players get on Twitter and stuff and blast the refs because they're all angry. They're angry because they've been arguing amongst themselves and stuff like that. So they're more likely to get technicals and stuff. Now, you know, if everything went smooth, I think the Rockets should have won last year, but that never happens. When the Rockets had Yao Ming and Trace McGrady, if everything went smooth, they would have won. But what? Yao Ming goes down. Trace McGrady goes down. You know, everything doesn't go smooth. I hate when people say, oh, ain't nobody beating the Warriors. Ain't nobody beating them. No chance in hell. Because things don't always go smooth, dude. I mean, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant could get injured. You know, they could have multiple people ejected out of games and suspended for an entire series. Let's say against the Rockets. They completely forget to think that stuff like that can happen. They just think in their mind that everything's going to go perfectly smooth and nobody's going to get injured, and you know what I mean? Which it's never the case. You know, so I mean, it's not always the case, you know. So, you know, I think something like that has a very highly likely chance of happening because the Warriors been getting teed up a lot this year, man, and they've been coming. Even a lot of guys been coming close to getting thrown out of games and have been thrown out of games, you know. So they could have. You never know. There could be the Rockets and Warriors could be playing. Or whoever, the Warriors and somebody else, and there's a huge brawl like the Malice in the Palace, and 2-3 players get suspended for the rest of the year indefinitely. It could happen. And the way they're not getting along and they're all disgruntled this year, it could happen, trust me. And, you know, you say, what a sad fan to hope for that. Well, what a sad fan to sit there and say that, the Warriors were the best team in the league last year, when clearly if the Rockets' Chris Paul hadn't got injured, they would have won. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not hoping that happens, but I'm just saying it could happen. And if it does happen, I mean, really, that's their fault, you know, for misbehaving. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we'll see. So I just wanted to bring up a few things like that. Don't be surprised if one of the Warriors players gets suspended or thrown out of a game in the playoffs, because it's been happening a lot this year to them. So, anyways, though, so that's my little NBA video there. Thank you very much. Kenneth, 14621, signing off.